everything through the whole of last week. Nasa, welcome to Kigali in the morning.
Good morning.
The man has been.
That's what you ate.
Is
That you lost your
I-
voice.
Expensive hotels.
I need more days. I actually personally like the service in Rwanda.
Please lift your mic a little bit.
I've not been to any hotels where I didn't get the service I paid for. Like
So
I
where
don't
have
know
you
why
been
you
hanging
I
lately?
don't know why you guys complain.
I personally.
Whatever you paid for, you go what
I
you
get
paid
what
for.
I paid for.
That's good for you.
So which hotel in specific in
We
Kigali?
won't allow him. He's been asking me. There is, by the way, there's a new place in
Yeah.
Rivero.
Yes.
I won't mention names.
I want to go there.
They sent me a flyer.
The one you sent to us.
Yes, I was encouraging you guys to get yourself registered for membership because these are places that we need to be. These are places we need to be.
I've seen that place on
Spend your
social
money
media.
in the right places.
Yeah, but YouTube disagrees. If you go on YouTube and you check for places with good food, you can actually get good food under 5K. And I know the places.
And you don't have to be on that
Yeah,
high
good
end.
food.
No,
like,
it's okay. Go to Rivero.
I think it's the
Go
ambience.
to
I think that
space.
hotel has very, very good ambience. I've
No, it's
seen
actually
it.
the value of the people that you
And
met
the people
there.
that hang there.
I hope it's not
I'm actually an
influencers.
introvert, so I prefer sitting on a crate of soda somewhere and eating my
A
food.
crate of soda.
Yeah, like I don't mind the ambience. I don't care about ambience.
Okay.
If you want ambience, build it in your house.
I last heard the word a crate of soda
Yeah.
On
in
weddings.
1992. I think on a Christmas holiday.
You know those places where you go to and they tell you we don't have seats. You can actually sit in the corner over there. But then the meat is so good,
You know?
it falls off
And
the
the soda
bone.
is so tasty.
No, there's no soda. Like these places don't have soda. Like it's you come with your own drinks.
That reminds me of a place I went to, by the way, over the weekend. Saturday, for some reason, I decided to just drive away with a friend. We went to
Someone must
Nyamirambo.
have influenced you to go there.
So we go to Nyamirambo. There's a place called Makola.
I need to go to that place. Someone else told me about
We
Makola.
enter that place. The meat is good. The chicken is good. The live band was exceptional.
What were you looking for?
I mean, I've never seen myself
No, he was on
in
a
a crowd.
romantic.
No.
It must have been a new bird. It must be a new bird who's actually making
Just
him
say, love
adventurous.
looks nice on you.
I know, right?
my friend is living in the city, so we said, let's go for something that we've not done
That
before.
must be a new bird from Nyamirambo.
No, it's not a new bad. So what's your problem, guys? Today on the show, we want to talk about something that it sounds usual, but quite unusual. We're talking about how do I put it? Will someone help me? How do we put it?
Energy leakage. Protect your energy.
Protecting
How to stop
your
leaking
energy,
focus,
yes.
time, and peace. So this conversation came from, it's like a child of what we had last week. We missed you, Jesse, by the way. So it's like a child of what we had last week. Last week we were talking about a concept from like sound engineers like Jesse, where you increase the amount of sound so that you get quality by reducing the amount of noise from the, it's basically
And
noise to
putting it
sound
in-
ratio.
Putting it to like real context
Yes.
of real life.
And what we contextualized was that if you think of the things that matter to you as sound, then everything else is noise.
It's noise.
And we were telling people, don't take this literally. Don't say if this and that is noise or sound. But we're saying, how do you choose? It's more or less about exercising that concept and more about how do you choose between what is sound and what is noise in the context. So we give some context. We said, for instance, you may be at work and everything else is noise and the work is sound. So you block out all the noise and do the work. But when you're back home with your children, you don't, work is noise. Then it switches now. So at home, work is noise. At work, everything else is noise. So that was the context we were giving last week. And then we thought, okay, people are organized, people are putting in the time, people are setting up their schedules. They've been following pretty much everything we do. And we call that prescription. So you guys went to the pharmacy, you bought the medication, you took it, and it's not working. And now I'm showing up as what they call second opinion. You know, when you go to a doctor and you're like, I've done everything, but still symptoms
not
persist. You're still tired, you're still losing energy. And then we thought about today's show is about maybe there's some energy leakage, because if you've optimized, really optimized, and you're still tired and you're still not getting there, it means there's some sort of leakage. And that's what we're talking about today, how to protect your energy. Like where should you focus your energy, how to decide what to put your energy into and not, yeah.
What is the leakage?
So there's many things. Today we're talking, when we say leakage, by the way, guys, we're not talking about like your battery draining, your phone battery, or that leakage in your bathroom. No. Here we're talking about situations like you're not always doing too much sometimes, right? You're doing the stuff properly, you're resting enough, but then you still feel like you're losing too much. You don't understand what's happening. Have you ever been there and you say, sometimes my money spends itself?
Yeah, like I do not know how my money disappeared.
It's because you never budgeted for it.
No, not really. So sometimes you need to audit. So today we're talking about several levels of energy leakage. I'll give you an example of, maybe we start by defining the concept of like things that drain your energy without you noticing. That's what we mean by energy leakage. And maybe we get into the energy leak and we talk about a couple of concepts, like, for example, common energy drainers. I'll give you a quick example. Many shows back, we talked about what they call the energy vampires. You know, those people who show up every time you meet with these guys, you just end up tired.
Because they drain you.
Yeah, they drain you. Either they are complaining or there's something they do that just that gets to you so much. So that's a quick example of energy leakage. Like maybe the energy vampires are one of them. The others may be you trying to be a people pleaser.
Yeah.
Parents, forgive me, but I'm going to say this. Like some of you guys, you end up in things you didn't plan for, things you didn't want to get into most of the times because you're trying to please your parents or relatives or, spouses.
No, that's actually...
Yes, where you can't say no to certain things and you end up in things and you're always like, how did I end up here? How did I end up becoming a driver at a wedding?
With my own car. My own car has become a taxi.
You see what I mean, right? So, and by the way, for all intensive purposes, your parents always mean well. They just don't know your boundaries. You're the one who's supposed to set them. Your spouse always means well, but if you don't say it's bothering you, then they'll think you're okay with it. You know what I mean? So just say how you ended up in Nyamirambo. Probably they ask you, you're like, I don't know if I want to spend that fuel and that money, but then you're like, you know what, let's go.
No, it was on purpose.
Exactly. So anyways.
So much on purpose. But you're talking about drainers.
Yeah.
I'm reading somebody who wrote and said the fastest way to kill a big dream or the fastest way to get distracted is having multiple sexual partners. How do you figure that in?
There are people who are designed for that sort of thing. I think we spoke about this many shows back. You remember Baltazar?
Like someone is designed to be that particular person.
I don't think I
multiple sexual partners. You're designed to be like that.
I don't think that's a blanket statement, right? So I don't think. So here's the thing: there's people who are polygamous, and then there's people who are monogamous. So depending on which type of person you are, it can be either or the other. So there are people who are actually designed for that sort of thing.
It's in the blood.
Anyway, I think
no, not in the blood. Culturally.
Culturally designed.
Yes, culturally. Like, depends on the culture you come from. There are cultures where people are polygamous, and then there are cultures where people are monogamous. So in a monogamous culture,
How do we call these people who you have a wife at home, but you have like 3-4 side chicks?
That's a polygamous person.
Are you?
Yes.
But then you pretend to be very monogamous when you go back home.
That's why I'm saying there's a lot of factors here. There's a lot of external factors. So Juliana, for all intensive purposes, comes from a monogamous culture, right? So in a monogamous culture, that thing can be frowned upon.
Is she?
I'm saying, like, because the way she's approaching it is subjectively from a monogamous culture.
Yes.
But if you're talking to some of our friends from, let's say, Abu Dhabi, UAE, guys from Saudi, they're going to be like, what do you mean you have one wife? Like, what do you mean? Like I don't get it.
Yeah.
I actually don't get it. They're like, what do you mean you have one?
And to them, it's not a distraction. It's not a drain
culture.
of
There
energy.
are some cultures, like think about Eswatini. Anyways, moving on. You derailed the conversation. We're talking about energy drainers here.
Isn't it part of the leakage?
No. There's no. Guys, for all intensive purposes, the energy drainers, there's energy vampires. There's people that make you feel negativity around them. It's contextual, by the way. It's subjective. I'm not going to get into details there. It depends on who you are and which kind of people you surround yourself with. There's also what we call being a people pleaser, where you end up in situations where you're like, this is culturally appropriate. I think I need to do this because I am required to. Like the person you were talking about who ended up in church, but they're doom scrolling. They're not supposed to be in church. Like, you shouldn't go to church every Sunday. It's not a must. You can go to church when you feel like going to church, because God knows what's in your heart. So go to church when you want to go to church. Don't go to church because you have to go to church.
You have to show up.
Don't do anything because you have to. Unless if it's paying you, don't do it.
It's Monday morning, NASA. Yesterday was Sunday. People had to go to church.
Also, guys, if you want to give up, give up. Anyways, back to the energy drainers. Yes, giving up is a way for you to hit rock bottom and also know your limitations. And then you say, I'm going to start again because at first I gave up. Anyways, back to the point. Energy drainers include being a people pleaser. Energy drainers include energy vampires. Also, now I think we should jump into maybe ways to protect. Social media is also another thing that's an energy drainer, by the way. It is a big energy drainer. But what we are here to say today is how to protect your energy, how to focus your energy into things that you want to. And I'm going to give a couple of examples. I'm going to get backlash for this. Let's flip it a little bit, I think my first methodology is something that people usually don't do. So a lot of you audit your transactions, you audit your money, you audit your relationships.
Which is a bad
You
thing.
audit your fuel now that fuel prices are up. You audit your movements and all sorts of things. You audit your food. You guys measure how many calories, you calorie counting and all that. But do you actually audit your energy? You know that thing where you sit at the end of the day and you say, what drained me? What gave me energy today? That awareness can be game changing. Yeah. Like if you
what was on my low
you
low and
look
what was
back
on my
and
high
say, why am I feeling this way today? What gave me energy? What drained me? And then maybe the second one is set boundaries. This one I say it every day. Don't be a people pleaser. Set boundaries. It's easy to say, I can't take this right now. It's not you being rude. It's just being responsible.
And being realistic.
I don't have the time for this right now. I can't take this right now. Most people don't usually say that out loud because they fear consequences. They're walking on eggshells. Guys, you can't live that kind of existence. Give up. Give up on that relationship. Like, let it go.
By the way, he makes a point.
Yes.
There are things we hang on to, we are
that are
meant to
very
be
useless.
giving up.
And the
Yeah,
day you
you're
let
right.
it go, you feel like there's so many muscles in your brain moving now. There's a lot of relief. You now sleep better.
I think there's nothing that beats anything in this world than your peace. So anything that is draining you, just let it go.
Exactly, let it go. Close that business, something like that. But anyways, the third thing I noted down on my notes now on my phone, I'm looking at it. It says create a recharge ritual. So depending on who you are, introverts recharge alone, extroverts recharge by being with others, but you need to choose the others you recharge with. Yeah, a lot of introverts charge when they're on their own. They know what I mean when I say that. And then a lot of extroverts. So come up with your own recharge ritual. It's so many things. It's a lot of things. I'm not going to mention any of them because if I went into the introvert recharge rituals, they don't make sense to the extroverts. Yeah. So introverts are sitting in silence, journaling, listening to good music, taking a nap without guilt. Yes. Take that nap without guilt. Don't feel guilty for taking.
You talk about journaling. I never do that. In as much as I am an introvert, I never do journaling.
It's a thing.
But
Some people do it.
I feel like my brain is always taking notes. I feel like there's a pen somewhere in the side of my brain which is literally writing things
Your
down.
brain is still fresh. There's going to be a time where it won't take notes anymore. And you might need
There's
to
a
journal
disk
them.
for save.
It
Save
can
the
actually be
work.
overloaded.
Then the next point is very interesting. It's going to, trigger a lot of people, guys. Simplify. Not everything needs your attention.
True.
Not everything needs your attention.
Check.
You know how you write those WhatsApp messages and then they reply you after 3 hours, yet they always have their phone glued to them.
Me, I
Do
reply
the
after
same.
2 days.
Reply after 3 days. Like, I don't, guys,
I sometimes feel a lot of
go
guilt.
incognito for a while. Like, don't really check every second and all that. Basically, what I'm trying to say, guys, here is there's always like a third option. I don't know if you've heard of it. In philosophy, they call it a third option. And the third option is not always like option number 3, literally. It's usually any options that's not the first two. It can help you. Like in situations, like most people think they're tied into only 2 options, but there's always like, you can create a third option. I'll give you an example. On your phone, when someone is calling you, you have to swipe left for picking up the call, right? For those, these days we have Android phones and iPhones and all that. And you have to swipe right for like hanging up, like not picking the call.
Like ignoring the
Yeah,
call.
blocking the call. No, not ignoring, but blocking it, like in the sense that they know you've like basically said, no, I'm not picking it.
Busy.
Yes, busy, that kind of thing. But those are not the only two options. There's actually a third option, which is you can always just put the phone on mute and watch it
Yes.
ring and ring and ring and ring. I'll give you another example. Just say, you know, that situation where you're having breakfast and then they catch you. I'm going to use the old archaic English. They catch you in flagrante delicto or red-handed. They catch you and just come up with a word and
Can you
say,
That English.
Just say-
English should
It's not even
no,
in the
no, no,
past
no,
tense.
no.
It's present
Continuous.
continuous participle.
okay, yes.
That test does not exist.
So just say you're having
Present
breakfast.
continuous participle does not exist.
Just say you're having your favorite breakfast made by this person you are with in the weekend.
Nyamirambo.
Yes, and then you're having your breakfast and you're having a good day. You're sitting at the balcony. There's sunshine in your face. It's a good day. And you're listening to Douce France and whatever that you're listening to. And then all of a sudden, this person comes up to you and tells you, just say, what are we?
In
So-
Nyamirambo.
We are human beings.
They are trying to
In Nyamirambo.
they are trying to lock you into the two options, right? So option A, you have to lie
We are a couple.
and say what you are. Option B, you tell the truth and your trial version is done. Now, there's always option 3.
Which is
Keeping
I
quiet.
left the gas on, come up with some rubbish nonsense and
Pick
run.
a call.
Yeah, I know. Just you see what I mean. So that's the thing I'm saying. So simplify. Not everything requires your attention, you know.
I know.
And then I guess the last one is the biggest, which I wrote down here, which is protect your mental space in the morning. At this time, yes. Don't open the floodgates of WhatsApp, email, Twitter, all those things.
But is it a must? Put your phone in flight mode. Don't stress.
No, you can't put it in flight mode.
me, I
Some
don't
people
pick
run
calls that
businesses.
stress
They
me.
can't just not put their phone
You know
in
when
flight
you're on
mode.
Wi-Fi, you can actually still receive WhatsApp.
Some
when
of
you're
us
in flight
run
mode.
global businesses.
Guys, can I help you?
Our
You can
partners are calling
This is
us
what I
from
noticed, which I
Canada.
did not know.
Yes.
That I can still receive my WhatsApps and I still converse with you on WhatsApp than picking your call when I flight moded my phone.
Of course you can.
Because my WhatsApp will still work, right?
For as long as you're on Wi-Fi.
Thank you. So why are you calling me? Must you call me? Do I have an organ to give you?
You know, Juliana has made it in this world, you know. Just say,
No, I don't like
I want to be her when I
have-
grow up.
Let me tell you, Nasa, this is what I've told myself. This is the beginning of this year. I do not want anything that takes away my peace. Anything that takes away my peace, honestly, it doesn't matter how good I want it, I will let it go. Anyone in my life that is actually not making sense to my life, I will drag you out peacefully, slowly.
It explains why when you're flying
I
with your
don't care how
children,
broke I am. I don't care how
it
broke.
explains why, guys, if you're ever flying with your children, buy yourself a business class ticket.
And let your
Put
kids go to
those children
economy.
in economy.
Until
They're broke.
until they can afford to buy their own
Yes.
business class.
Back
Yes.
there in economy, you know, and they ask you, are those kids yours? You're like, yes, but I'm in business. Like,
Yes.
has nothing to do with anything.
And
You
that's
can
not being selfish.
Yes.
It's being
Yes.
really, it's actually, appreciating yourself. Until those kids can buy themselves business, let them sit in economy for
By
now.
the way, Juliana, right now you are taking away my peace.
so guys.
Me.
So weekly challenge
Yes.
for this week. I feel like all the pressure is on me to help you guys start the week, but weekly challenge this week: audit your energy every day, check who's draining you and what and whatever, and also try to do a no input period in the day. Like, say I have an hour where I'm not replying or dealing with all this stress of the day, because it's not going anywhere. And then most importantly, guys, find out where your energy is leaking. Sometimes I know you guys have done your best, you followed all the advice, you've tried to optimize and whatever, but you still have energy leakages. Cut off those friends, stay toxic. I don't know, like stay nice if you're nice. As I always say in most of the shows here, if you follow my advice and it doesn't work for you, don't come crying. But if you follow it and it works for you, stay toxic, stay good, stay.
3 minutes after 9 o'clock in the morning. Thank you so much, Nasa, for bringing the insight on Growth Mondays. Until next week, when this segment will come back.
Kigali. Yeah, it's a good day to rise up.